Redneck Snack and Food Reviews, where life is too short to be serious. Now, Crumbl, I love you, but today's been a very long day, so if I'm any bit, if there's anything that comes out, it comes out. I apologize. But yeah, we're gonna talk. I was really excited for this week. I'm still excited for these cookies. I know at least a few of them are going to be really good. I don't know if everyone's excited for them. I mean, I feel like the picky ones might not be as excited about these cookies as I might be, but it is what it is. I can't really complain about the quality of the cookies, which is gonna probably be what I kind of address here. But that's not why I'm frustrated. It's just been a long day. Work was frustrating. It's Monday. It was a Monday. I don't know what I'm gonna get, if I'm gonna upload this on Tuesday night or on Wednesday morning. I'm leaning towards Wednesday morning, but it's been a long Monday, just a hectic day, and I don't know, just things with my Redneck Snack and Food Instagram. Just been a little bit bothered, so I don't want to touch up on that too much, but that might be why I'm not in the best mood. Of course, like, that's just very rare for me kind of to be ticked off in, you know, 2 weeks, two straight weeks. Of course, like, this has nothing to do with Crumbl this time, but I did want to make some constructive criticism for Crumbl, and I'm sure they keep up with logistics. They know how things are, so, you know, this will be a good thing for them to take note of. I'm sure they'll relay it to the Virginia Beach location, and they'll communicate. I'm sure they communicate pretty well with them as is. I mean, you always got to keep up with your new stores. But what I've kind of noticed is, you know, even in the morning when I go, the size of the cookie, or like the presentation of the cookie, just didn't seem to be as good as when I go to Richmond or the Outer. And I mean, the Outer Banks has been doing this for almost 2 years. Or at least, I don't really know when they opened. So Outer Banks has this down pat for the most part. Of course, I've had a little bit of issues with them, but, you know, I don't want to go on a rant, but Outer Banks does have that down pat. So it's like, okay, Virginia Beach is brand new. So I've kind of like seen, you know, just a little bit of a dip in quality. They're learning. They're trying to, you know, get it down how to, you know, be artisans at this job. And I really hope the people that work there now, you know, they develop their skills and Crumbl can keep them around in some form or fashion. But obviously, you know, there's always a learning curve. And just like with my job, that's kind of why my Monday was frustrating. Obviously, there's a learning curve. And so when I do the thumbnail for these cookies, don't laugh, don't joke, and don't say, oh, you got shorthanded. No, we're not going to do that. We're not. Okay? But I did want to make some constructive criticism. I don't know if it's just, you know, they don't have enough supply for the day. Or again, it's that quality issue of, like, learning. But a couple of these cookies are kind of small. And one of the icing's pretty nicely spread out. But, like, you know, none of them, like, when I go to Outer Banks, when I have a box full of 4 cookies, they kind of, like, overlap each other, which I love. These, you know, there's a lot of room. There's a lot of space. So, again, I can't say if it's the fact that they're new, that it is I did get here at 6:30. What it is, but I just wanted to relay that, just, you know, because I understand. I am here at 6:30. The only opportunity I have to come here in the morning is on a Saturday mornings, and I didn't want to wait that long. And I'm grateful that they still had the cookies, you know. I was surprised that they still had them in stock at this point, but I just had in my mind, you know, I was like, you know, maybe they'll have these cookies because people were picky, and maybe picky people, this isn't their week. But I'm excited to review this review. I apologize, that was 5 minutes of me just talking. But you can, you know, if people, you know, y'all can just skip I mean, that's the whole point. Now, last review, which was 11.2, technically 12, but we're going to call it 11.2. Last review, and I'm going to kind of slide this back because I just don't want it to fall. It fell first take, and I got mad. But last review, I dropped the cookie, one of the cookies, onto my lap. I don't want to do that this time. Do not. So we're going to try and maneuver this carefully. I think I know how to hold these. I mean, I've had all the opportunity in the world to hold them. So there's that, which I see, that the complicated thing is trying to get that 5th cookie for this. And then my hand. And I even backed up as far as I could here. So it's like, it's a challenge. So bear with me as I navigate this. There's something. All right. See, that's the thing. I don't like the handle. If they had some way for me to weight that down, that would be really ingenious. There you go. Well, we can try and hold it like that. And then I got some napkins under the other one. I don't want to grip it by my hand. Well, I could try. But I know what's going to happen. Oh, yeah, it wants to fall apart. Which is, it bears the name Crumbl Cookies, so. There we go. Okay. Just so I don't drop these cookies. That's my thumbnail. Again, it's hard for me to do it. Just because I'm in a car. That's the way it's going to be for a little bit. And, you know, I can't do things normally in a car. So I don't even have a knife, do I? I didn't think that through. Actually, I do. I got a knife, my friends. Oh, wow. Okay. Let's not cut myself. I don't have a box for this, so I'm going to cut it over the napkins. This is the Macadamia Nut. Now, I didn't roll through each of these for the thumbnail. It is in the description. I'm sure if you're watching this review, you know what the flavors are. It's in the title. But let me try and show off this cookie. Hopefully it doesn't crumble. Crumble. But there you go. And that was a macadamia nut. It just kept falling. Didn't want to stay in place. Also, there's not a lot of macadamia nuts on the surface here, which I don't think I mind, but, you know, I would have thought there'd be more. Let me eat that nut. Okay, that's a good crunch. But I definitely need to eat the base and everything, because alone it's, you know, needs some sweetness. So here we go. Okay. I like those white chips. Those are really good. And then the cookie base, it always carries that, like, nutty flavor. I do wish there were more nuts. Like, I've got 3 total macadamia nuts on here. But this is really good. And just a look on the inside. You know, melted white chips on the inside. And then, I don't know if these are like macadamia chips or what. But they got kind of like a caramelized color to them. Also, please subscribe, like, comment, and share this video. Check out my Instagram right next time. This is a really good cookie. I'm really enjoying it. It definitely replicates. I just got a nut in there. Definitely replicates the typical macadamia nut cookie. But it's kind of, you know, buttery and gooey, kind of like a cookie skillet. So I think that's a really good cookie. I think the improvement for it would add some more nuts to it. And you would have me as a huge fan for it. But with that, I'm going to give it an 8.5. Definitely not my favorite of all time, but if it had more nuts, I think a 9 would be a fair assessment. So that's a really good cookie. That's a good start. That was the one I wasn't very excited about. I don't know where I want to go from here. I'm going to do the shark one. We're going to end off with the ugly one. So if you're, it's okay, Crumbl, not bad. But we do have an ugly one we'll end it off with. So, the sugar cookie, they changed it this week to a shark sugar cookie. It's got blue icing, and then they got a gummy shark on it. So, your favorite sugar cookie with a colorful addition. I'm gonna try and cut a piece off of this. I've been cutting in force, but you know, with the shark on there, hold on. I might have to just rip that apart. Yep, that's what I'm doing. Ripping apart the shark. Hopefully I don't cut myself. I'm struggling, guys. If this ends up being over 20 minutes, I apologize. But I got a piece off, so we got the shark tail. Y'all seen shark tails? I know some of y'all are too young to know what that is, but you know, some people know what it is, like me. It's a classic, one that a lot of people criticize, but still a classic. So yeah, working at the car wash. Anyways, so there's, I cut the cookie up before I showed it. Wait, no, I showed y'all. Did I show y'all? Oh, phooey. You know what the gummy sharks look like, so let's go ahead and eat this. Again, just like the donut I had from Duck Donuts, I really do like the flavor that the gummy shark adds to it. It's just a nice fruity flavor, nothing over the top, but it's a really good addition. But my one critical thing is that just like with Duck, I would like for the icing to be flavored like the gummy shark. Just because you just get one little gummy shark on the whole donut, and you know, that's not going to cover the cookie. That's not going to cover the whole, you know, cookie. That's not going to flavor it all the way. Unless you chop it in a little bit, which I might try and do. But, you know, it's your standard sugar cookie, but it's decorative. And I hope we get the Halloween ones too. I'm sure Crumbl, you're listening. I hope we get the Halloween themed sugar cookies. If we do, I'm going to try and get every color I can. So I think I saw something where y'all had different colors for Halloween one time. Oh well, it's just sugar cookies, so I mean, I won't be too disappointed if you don't do it. But yeah, it still always has been a little bit dry to me. I don't remember what I've given it before, but it's a very sweet, enjoyable cookie. It's nothing over the top. I'm going to give it an 8. That's probably what I've given it before. But if it's a little higher, that's fine. Because the gummy shark, I like the gummy shark. I just wish next time maybe they would implement that. No one's ever really implemented that kind of flavor in there. Like everyone puts gummy sharks on things. Like Sonic did their coconut, blue coconut slushy with it. But again, it's just like no one seems to want to try it out. Anyways, let's keep going. This one I'm really excited about in terms of the flavor. It is the, I don't really remember what it was called. I call it, and I'm not remembering the names of these cookies. I apologize. But if I'm correct, it's like pineapple whip. It's a dull fruit flavor icing. And like, I think there's like dull pineapple pieces in the cookie. I love pineapple, so you know, I'm excited for this. More excited than the mango one for sure. And I didn't have to go through the trouble of finding this one, like the mango one. So let's just take another good look at that. That is a pretty cookie. But again, my complaint, it's too small. I wanted a bigger cookie, but again, you know, I'm fine. I'm here for it. I'm here for the flavor, not the amount. And Crumbl, don't you dare think about giving me anything for free in responses. Don't. I don't need more sugar. I'm fine. Oh, I licked that. And I got a good amount of pineapple. Good amount of pineapple. Let's go ahead and eat the rest of it. Why don't we? Yes. Yes. There's a lot of things I drink and eat, and I'm just like, okay, this is all right. But it's not enough pineapple flavor, is what I always say. This. Mountain Dew, if you out there, take some notes. Maybe you just need to contact Dole and get some pineapple juice from him. Because this is good. You know how they say pineapple don't belong on pizza? I believe it does. But I also believe it belongs on cookies. I like the flavor. I wouldn't say it's a cookie that wows me by any means. It's over the top. But I appreciate that Crumbl. Let me eat a little bit more. Eat a little bit more. Just gotta get a little bit more of this cookie. I definitely like how unique it is. But I would kind of just put it on the level of a sugar cookie. I think it's just a sugar cookie, but with a pineapple flavor. And I like it, I really do. I would put it on that level. I'll give it an 8. But I appreciate that actually carries that flavor really well. That's what I want from every cookie you make. Like, you know, the dulce de leche y'all did last week. Take the cream cheese out of it. You know, we'll do good. Now, the last one I'm going to review does have cream cheese. But I don't think I mind too much. I think the coconut will, you know, be the predominant flavor. Because every coconut thing I drink or eat, just like the Flash, the Mountain Dew Flash, the coconut took over the pineapple. So that's the expectation. I don't know. Cream cheese is pretty daggone strong. It's been overtaking a lot of things I've been trying here. So we'll see who wins that battle. But let's go to one that a lot of people probably are most excited for. And that, my friends, is the sea salt hazelnut. Now, I don't see a lot of sea salt on this. I do see little pieces of it. I wish there was a lot more bigger pieces, but we're going to get to taste it first. You know, we're not going to... I'm going to actually take a 4th out of this one, just so I can kind of just get the gist of it. I got to get to the center of it anyways. Oh, man, I can just feel the hazelnut all up in there. Yeah, oh, I'm about to cut myself. I've said that about a bunch of times. If you need to know anything, cutting yourself in any form, way, or fashion, whether accidental or incidental or on purpose, is never good. Don't do it. Anyways, look at the inside of that bad boy. Let's go ahead and eat it. Okay, I think I definitely get a good amount of salt. So I'll take that back, Crumbl. It's interesting. I think I definitely like their other hazelnut cookie better. But this is nice and gooey. The hazelnut is nice and sticky. So if you don't like sticky texture, you're not going to like hazelnut. And then it's got a good amount of salt. I think I would put kind of on that level of the macadamia nut. It's a good cookie, but it doesn't stand out by any means, you know? Yeah. That's about how I see that one. Is that it's a really good cookie, but it doesn't blow me away. So far, and we can't make any conclusions yet, but so far, nothing's blown me away this week, which is shocking. There's nothing been like underwhelming or bad though. Like everything's been good. It's just not blowing me away. And I don't know if that's my mood but I don't think that's my mood. It's just I just am not quite getting the it factor out of these, which is fine because, you know, some cookies are great, some cookies are good, and some cookies are bad. And at least we're not dealing with anything that's bad or, you know, unenjoyable. And typically we don't really ever get a cookie that's, you know, not impressive. But then again, you know, I've done one repeat review, and I don't mean to hold y'all too long. I've done one repeat review, the Kentucky butter cake. And having Crumbl around so long, and trying so many cookies, I developed a fond appreciation for the Kentucky butter cake just because it's just not as sweet. So I felt, you know, it was a really nice change up the second time around I had it, because a lot of times their cookies are really sweet. Now this week, I think they again pulled that non-sweet card, and they did it for most of their cookies. Like, none of these are overly sweet. They're more savory or fruity or kind of kicked back. So I think it's pretty cool to see them just do like a very fun week with this, and B, kind of just like kick back on the sweetness, because I think they're understanding, you know, sweetness can get overwhelming. So if you just kind of roll back on that and get people to kind of have their sweet tooth reignited, I think that's really cool. I think that might be what Crumbl has in their mind right now. Maybe I'm misreading it, but you're reigniting my sweet tooth. So next week I'm gonna have that really rich desire for something sweet. But it's all good. So this cookie looks like a mess. Ooh, there's some hazelnut on my finger. But we're gonna show it off, and we're gonna get part of it, I guess. But yeah, I think it's another sugar cookie. Well, no, it's a cake batter cookie. See it? My mind's all over the place. It's a cake batter cookie with like a coconut cream cheese icing. I wish the swirl just kind of was wider here, but you're gonna get a look at it. You might think I took a bite off of it. No, I did not. It just fell apart. I made the box kind of greasy. So yeah, I'll go ahead and grab that piece. We'll taste the base without the icing on it. And it crumbs everywhere. Yeah, so there you go. I know we're gonna hit 25 minutes at least, but bear with me. Bear with me. A little dry, but it does have that cake batter-esque flavor. Again, it's not an overly sweet cookie, so they really have kind of like toned it back in terms of sweetness. I think they know what they're doing, which is good. You know, we love that. We love a change up. So, but I can already tell you, it's probably not gonna be my favorite cookie ever. Could be my favorite from this week. So let's go ahead and try it out. We'll find a way to cut a piece off of it. All right, it's a small piece. I'm not overly full either. See, that's like, that is huge. Usually, these things are filling, but I think just because they kind of changed it up, you know. But yeah, let's go ahead and eat a piece of this. It's definitely the sweetest one you'll get, just because of the icing. This will be the sweetest cookie you get. So they did make sure to have a sweet cookie other than the chocolate chip. I don't know if I can taste a lot of coconut. I mean, it's good. Might have to have one more bite. One more bite of that. We'll go ahead and try and consolidate these cookies. Alright, let's get one more bite of plenty of icing. to conclude this review. I think I can ever so slightly taste it. And I think it kind of tones the cream cheese flavor down a little bit. I think it's just like these two strong flavors are combating for attention. And cream cheese just found a way to win again. But it's a good cookie. I don't know where to put it. Definitely not as good as the hazelnut or macadamia nut. I don't know if I want to give it 7.5 or an 8. You know, I'm thinking I'm gonna give it a 7.5, just because I wish it just had that coconut flavor a little stronger. Maybe next time they could like implement some coconut you know, flakes or something in there, or just leave the cream cheese out. I don't know. It's a good cookie. I just think the fact that I didn't get a big coconut flavor out of it kind of just like makes me want to drop it down a little bit. But overall, this lineup's good. Would I say it's amazing? Would I say it's really good? It's close to that. But for me, my term is good. Not pretty good, not all right, but good. Because you can't go wrong with any of these cookies. And you're not going to get overly, you're not going to have, you know, a sugar overload, I don't think. But there's kind of something that will please everyone, I would think. Some of the critics might say, I want something that's chocolate, because hazelnut's not quite chocolate. So we might get something chocolate next week, other than chocolate chip cookies, obviously. Some of the fruit critics, well, you know, you only got one thing that's really fruity here, so I don't know. I think there's something for everybody, though. Unless you really hate hazelnuts. I think there really is something for everybody this week. It is a pretty fun week. It brings a lot of nice vibes. You got some classics. You got some nice themes. I think I liked, like, I found most pleasure eating the pineapple one, even though it wasn't my favorite flavor. I just found a lot of pleasure in describing it, looking at it. Just, you know, it's got that kind of vibe. So, I don't know. I think it's been a good week. And, you know, I'm excited to see what's next, for sure. I'm looking towards the future. I can't wait for the Hampton location to open. I sent an email asking about the Virginia Beach location. I don't know if I made a typo, but they responded with when the Hampton location was opening. Like I'd sent in an inquiry through a job application. That's how stupid I am. But I couldn't find a way to contact this location, and Crumbl support kept telling me that it was opening a day later than it actually did. I still went the day that Crumbl support told me, but it is what it is. They were just looking at running off of different calendars, I say. But yeah, I was just like, they replied and they said, well, our Hampton location's probably opening late August because of permit issues. So we got a couple more weeks of Virginia Beach. We'll see how Hampton looks. We'll see what goes on. Who knows? I think there will be some kinks. There will be some learning curves. Again, I'm having learning curves at my job, so it always happens with everyone. So we'll be patient. We'll work through it. This was a long video, but until next time, I promise we won't do another 30-minute review. But It's all good. All right. I will see y'all around. Yay, yay!